And we're rolling. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pamela Dinkins, I'm sorry. First of all, excuse the head wrap. It's early. But I have an assignment and it will get done. Good morning. This is Pamela Dinkins. And I am doing my week 6 ethical news story video today. Yes, this morning. So I reported on Volkswagen. Yes, you've probably heard it, sir or ma'am. Volkswagen. Here we go. So this is what happened. And I'm reading my paper as I make this video for you. So in 2015, Volkswagen was listed as the most scandalous automobile companies. Scandalous, not only scandalous, but also ethically immoral. Yes, they did. And I'm going to tell you exactly what they did if you don't know. The betrayal was due to Volkswagen being untrue and lying about and deceiving people, right? About the installation of what they considered a cheat, what is considered a cheat device. Yes. So they installed these vehicles on Volkswagen, Audi, and Porsche. I did not know until I read these articles that Volkswagen had anything to do with Audi or Porsche. Yes, they do. So on those diesel vehicles, they would install those just cheat programs, devices, that were installed on these vehicles, and the device would allow the vehicles to read properly when they were being tested. Their emissions were being tested, and the vehicles were being tested by the Environmental Protective Agency when all of this came out. So yes, wrong agency to try to cheat and get away with this stuff, right? This was supposedly done on millions of vehicles, not only in the United States, but around the world. They were deceiving people and companies into buying their vehicles. Due to the deceit of Volkswagen investors, Volkswagen investors, they pulled away from the corporation. Volkswagen reportedly lost billions of dollars. Yes, billions. They lost it in compensation to the buyers of the vehicles. They had regulation fines that they had to pay. They also had potential loss of its market shares. Not good. The emission scandal, although Volkswagen had monetary loss and embarrassment, Volkswagen hurt the environment, and I say that because the Environmental Protective Agency didn't catch this soon enough. There were vehicles, or there are vehicles, if they haven't recalled all of them, that diesel vehicles that are out there that have not been that have affected the environment as a whole. The smog that comes from these vehicles, of course, goes out into the air, pollutes the air, which in turn has an effect on the earth overall, not just Volkswagen vehicle, but cars and industries and businesses that actually have the smog and stuff that go up. They have an effect on the earth as a whole. So that was one thing that they didn't take into consideration, the pollution that affects the earth and the air. So that's really sad on that part. Volkswagen scandal the scandal, or should I say once again the ethical immorality that they displayed is sad, because it affects not only them but millions of people. But it was brought to light in 2015, which was also one of Volkswagen's most productive years. Or should I say, it could be considered most unproductive years, because although they may have sold the vehicles, they lost a lot of money due to the scandal. So all of the vehicles that were sold, they had to repair and spend money out trying to get them repaired. So upon Volkswagen installing a cheat device in its vehicles, the makers opened doors that would not be closed for years to come. And I say that because had the leaders or leading managers in those corporations thought about the long-term effects of their behavior, they wouldn't have been suspended. The CEO would not have resigned. They wouldn't have had to spend out billions of dollars. The environment wouldn't have been affected with more pollution. Future buyers, I hope they know about this before you buy a car. Before they buy cars, I hope that they actually do research on them rather than just go buy them because it's pretty. Future buyers are going to look at Volkswagen as an unethical company and possibly say, thank you, but no thank you. I don't want a Volkswagen. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. So Volkswagen admitted to selling over 482,000 vehicles in the United States alone in 2015, and over 11 million internationally. That's a lot of vehicles and a lot of smog. Volkswagen violated regulation laws in Australia, India, Europe, Africa, and Latin America. Excuse me. Due to the severity of the case and embarrassment of it all, Volkswagen CEO Mark Winterkorn resigned, and many of the head managers of Volkswagen, Audi and Porsche were placed under suspension. This scandal is categorized as one of the biggest ethical scandals of the decade and outlines the leadership, business morality, corporate governance, and culture at Volkswagen. They are all flawed. They're flawed. They couldn't give me a Volkswagen for free. I wouldn't take it. Volkswagen scandal opened the door for other vehicle manufacturing companies to learn from their mistakes, yes they did, and not attempt to deceive inspectors or purchasers or consumers, or whatever you want to call them, purchasers, consumers, same thing, into by using defective devices that would not sense the diesel models were being tested for nitrogen oxide. I'm sorry. So that's my analysis on Volkswagen. Yes, they were ethically immoral in what they did. It goes to shows that people won't, it's nothing that they won't try, they won't do in order to make a lot of money. But what we have to take into consideration, especially as business owners, we have to all think about the long-term effects of what we do, not only in business, but in life. This is Pamela Dinkins doing my analysis on my ethical news story. Have a good day and God bless.